Cheating wife loves me and love her equally and can't choose. First, I'm on mobile, so formatting is abysmal. Please accept my apologies in advance. For some context, I, 37 male, have been married to my wife, 39 female, for almost 5 years. We married in December of last year. I've had a rough connection with 2 of my stepchildren since they're teenagers and may be difficult to manage. I had an altercation with the boy, 15, in early October because he was being extremely rude, and I ordered him to get the F out of my room. This set off a chain reaction in which the youngster desired to relocate with his biological father and leave the home. I grounded him by removing his computer and PS4 from his room until he learned to behave. My wife contacted me a few days after the fight to discuss the punishment and to inform me that he wanted to depart to his father. I caved in and returned everything to him in order to keep him here since I didn't want my wife to lose one of her children. My wife has altered her behavior after that battle, concealing stuff, changing her phone passwords, removing my fingerprints from her gadgets, and sitting on separate sides of the bed till bedtime. We practically stopped having any physical contact. She would tell me I was upsetting her if I kissed her, or simply asked for cuddling or to sit on her lap. In January, she asked if I could allow her travel on her own to another state to see some female friends she'd met for a baccalaureate celebration. Yes, I said. We haven't had any intimacy or contact up to this point. She said that she needed those 3 days to cleanse her head and return refreshed. Fast forward to a month later, when she returns from her 3-day excursion. I saw she was different and away from me. So I checked one of her older phones that I had stashed away, and discovered that she had been chatting to and sending voice recordings and photographs to this guy, 44 male, she met on an online game on one of her social media accounts, and that she really met him throughout the trip. I confronted her with the proof, and she admitted to cheating on me and sleeping with the man on the trip. She essentially spent a few hours with her friends and the remainder of the vacation with the man. I broke down and told her she had till tonight to choose between the 2 of us. She replied she couldn't because she loves him just as much as she does me, that he is different from me, and she receives things from him that I don't. My sense of humor, for example, that they are both from the same culture, so they get their illusions quickly, and that I need to obtain explanations. Now I'm pressuring her to give me an answer, or I'll make the decision for her. What are your thoughts? Am I being unjust? Edit 1. Many of you have suggested that I simply get up and go. I have 2 little children from a previous marriage who adore her with all their hearts. Until October, she had been a fantastic mother and wife. As I said in one of the comments, I think she fell in love with the memories of her culture the guy gave her, because they had commonalities that we didn't, and she could be herself. I came from a conservative household with a distinct way of doing things. Things is why I'm giving her a chance. I feel there's a possibility we can work this out. But I'm not sure, which is why I came here for assistance. Final edit. She returned to the home late that night and we spoke. Instead of him, she picked me. I am grateful for this, and I committed to do my best to make up for whatever I was missing. I realize that many of you advised me to leave her, but I am unable to do so. I love her much too much, and I blame myself in part for this. I am a difficult person to deal with since I prefer to bottle up my feelings. That's what brought us here. My failure to see that I wasn't providing her with some of the commonality she was lacking. I'm sure some of you will come here with pitchforks and torches to tell me I need to learn to respect myself. I came to this sub to attempt to clear my mind so that we could go on with whatever choice we arrived at jointly. I'm going to talk to the 2 stepchildren who have yet to accept me and attempt to find common ground. We've been chatting all day, and I've been sobbing virtually nonstop, as has her. She thinks she needs time to forgive herself since she didn't mean to harm anybody. She didn't even realize what she was doing until it was too late to stop, and she ended up falling in love with the person. I cried for nearly an hour while viewing our wedding films, and she coughed me up and screamed she didn't deserve me, that she has not honored her promises, and that she no longer wanted to be alive. I promised her we'd get through it and emerge stronger. I adore my wife, who also happens to be my closest friend. She is now in the process of severing all ties with the man, including deleting any photos she took with or for him. I'm simply giving her the space she needs to clear her brain and move on from this. Yes, it still aches, and no, I haven't slept much because when I shut my eyes, I imagine him having everything I want from her, that wanting, that longing, physical connection and love. But I'll get through it all. Thank you once again for your suggestions, especially those who pointed out my error with my stepchildren. I appreciate everyone. Story 2. Military wife cheated and is pregnant with twins. Hello, I have been married for 2 years and reside in Hawaii with my wife, who is 26 years old and in the military. As a punishment, I was recently confined aboard our ship for 4 to 5 days. I was unable to leave or return to my homeland. The day after I ended my sentence, my wife surprised me with 3 positive pregnancy tests and a message that said, "Welcome home, Dad." I was overjoyed. When I found out I was going to be a father, I couldn't contain my excitement. The next week, I took a week off from work and spent a lot of time contemplating what needed to be accomplished over the next few months. I'm looking forward to all of the appointments, seeing ultrasounds and listening to the heartbeat that are coming up. Towards the end of this week, I became curious and had a look at my wife's Snapchat. Following the trail of evidence led me to the discovery that she was emailing nude images and films to other guys. While I was constrained, I confronted her about it and inquired as to whether or not she had an affair. She admitted to doing so once and indicated that the child was, in fact, 100% mine, based on the date of birth she had provided. Moving on from the affair, rebuilding trust, and enrolling in treatment were all things I expected to be possible. Nothing could have prepared me for the events that were about to transpire. The more I looked into it and learned more about it via Snapchat, the more I realized that she had been sleeping with another guy in my house and in my bed. On several occasions with no protective measures, not even the pull-out method, in my presence. During the same time I was on limited access, she was browsing on Tinder. She had her first ultrasound only a few days ago, and it revealed that she is expecting twins. According to the sequence of events, the babies are either mine or his, with the likelihood being that they are his. I've been really committed to our relationship. I never remove my wedding ring, not that it matters. I'm simply happy to demonstrate that I'm married, and I never look at other girls with desire. I provided her with a beautiful place to live, a wonderful house, and all she could possibly want. I treated her with respect and shown my affection for her on a daily basis. I imagined the perfect life for us, one in which we would settle down, have a child, and make a lot of wonderful experiences together. My best friend, the one with whom I did everything, and we were inseparable, were the words that describe her. I'm really passionate about us, and I've lavished her with every ounce of affection I possess. Everything has now been completely demolished. It seems as if everyone in my life is urging me to get rid of her, saying things like she made her choice and she didn't love you. I'm not obsessed with her. Rather, I admire her for who she is, and I think that this adoration is not shared by others. I'd go to any extent for her if it meant saving my life. According to what I've heard, the simplest option is to divorce her and ruin her life in every manner. Put her 2 children, and the dog out on the street to fend for themselves, and you'll get away with it. I'm crushed. It's the most agonizing suffering anybody has ever experienced. What should I do in this situation? What can I do to stop loving someone who I care for so deeply? Can you tell me how I can get over this, considering the amount of suffering I've been through, and start loving again? It is impossible for me to forget about the last few years and the memories I have of us.